We're going to get this bad boy set up real quick because the crowd is not going to be able to comprehend what you are trying to work for and what you're working towards as you're working forward, what you are walking in. Because what are you walking into as a human being? Exactly. So what is a human being to a human being? There's no such thing as a human being, because what is a human being? There's no such thing as human being to the Almighty Creator. I was about to go crazy. Celestial rising, great afternoon, and good night to the beautiful deity watching this video. It's your divine reflection, divine messenger, and back with another message. I understand. We're about to get right into this shit, so I don't know why you're looking at me. Hit the subscribe button. Like, you just sitting here looking like what you looking at. Like, comment, subscribe, and share if you enjoy these videos. I mean, it's just that simple. It's free. I mean, I give you the information for free, but you can't like and comment, subscribe for free. You can't even share it with your mom or your dad or your dog or your sister or your brother. Come on, brother. You can't share with your brother? Come on, brother. Anyways, you have to understand that when it comes down to your goals, you have to be able to separate yourself from the crowd, because the people in the crowd, the sheeple in the crowd, for one, they're following a shepherd because they're comfortable in a herd that they were thinking that they were going to be accustomed to by walking into it. When you're walking to a crowd of people, they have their own consciousness or their own program that they are following as well. Because once you see a herd of people and they're collectively following a certain trend or ideology or just something that you can't comprehend, when you're thinking about yourself, when you're self-aware of the unawareness of this space that we live in within our mind, because everything comes from the mind, meaning that your goals do not exist, but you have to make them exist in this existence. Because who are you existing for as you are working towards your higher self in this existence, basically? Because you are looking into the future, figuring out what you are going to do for your future. If you have to stay alone to get towards your goals, then you have to do that by all means. But the thing is too, though, I'm not telling you to be lonely for the rest of your life or be in solitude for the rest of your life. Because why? That makes no sense. For one, that's unhealthy as fuck, because you actually can die for being alone. Because for our mind, for our bodies, our vessels, the way our body works and the way it's operating off of its own consciousness as well, because your body is conscious of itself. Somebody's like, what does that even mean? For example, when you pick up, like if I pick up this gallon of water right here, that's because my brain, it thinks that it's thirsty, or my body wants to comprehend itself for one, because my brain is sending programs to my arms to pick up the gallon of water, to make sure that I drink it, to get myself replenished from my thirst. But I desire to not be thirsty. So because I desire that, my brain is going to think that I am being thirsty towards myself as I'm drinking my element of water, because you are the element of water. If you have been watching Avatar, you will understand that. When it comes down to your goals and being alone, you got to understand as well that your ego is programming itself to want to be alone. Because for one, and here's the thing too, it's a trick, because it's a contradiction. Contradicting meaning that you have to go of the opposite of what you think is better or in a betterment for your own good. Your ego, so if you spiritually want to elevate yourself and involve yourself in ascension beyond the ascended realms that we exist in, if you want your mind to go beyond this plane of existence, we are in a 3D dimension, meaning that this realm that we exist in is nothing but Satan's domain. It's our ego's domain. So our ego runs rampant down here. Like, it runs our existence. Basically, your brain runs 95% of your life, meaning that if you die unconscious to your ego, if you die submissive to your ego, meaning that if you allow your ego to run and control what you think reality is, and you die in that same exact program, you'll reincarnate right back into the same exact program you thought you were going to escape from, because you prayed or talked to God every single day. But yet and still, you're reincarnated into a different body, but you got the same spirit. So what happened to all that prayers you were doing in a past life? They didn't get answered. Why? Because you are Almighty God praying to your higher self, wondering why your prayers aren't being answered. Because for one, you're praying against your outside self. You're praying actually to the outside self of your inner self by going within. Once you go within, what are you praying for? You don't have to go within and figure out that you are actually Satan praying to your higher self, because understand that this Luciferian agenda that we exist in is keeping us distracted by wanting to be around people who we call friends, family, whatever the case may be. When it comes down to what you want to have in life, you have to sacrifice things for the betterment of your own good. I don't mean people, because if you want to be a celebrity or a sellout, then you will sell people out to get to where you want to be in life. You will kill people. You will go through humiliation rituals. You'll go through blood sacrifices. You'll rob, you'll steal, you'll do whatever you can to get to the top. But once you have common sense, you understand that for you to be alone, this is how you're able to find yourself. So basically, I'm in my room right now and I don't have the door open. Why? Because the door is always open in my room. So you can come along and listen to what I'm actually saying to myself in my dimension. By me doing that, I also have I'm not basically alone, because the thing is too, even though you're in solitude, you're never alone from your goals. And the thing is, you could not cut off people who are with you from the beginning of the ending of your career. Because before your career actually ended, it was just beginning. And the thing is too, every day you are working towards a betterment of your own career. Because who do you want to be when you graduate high school or college? college. That's exactly why, to my middle schoolers, to my elementary schoolers, your whole life, before you even get to high school, you're going to go through so many friendships, so many heartbreaks, so many loves, you're gonna go through so much shit to where your mind will not be able to comprehend any of it as you get older. And then the thing is too, you will suppress these emotions, you will bring them down like below the surface of your mind, because you're going to want to detach from that situation because you're just young, you're trying to experience things, but you can't comprehend things till you get older. Once you get older, you'll realize how some people will talk bad about you, they'll gossip about you, they'll smile to your face. You hear a lot of rumors about you, especially if you're a good looking person, especially if you have things going for yourself, especially when you are the golden child, when you are the black sheep of the family, when you are chosen. When you are chosen, you're going to do things that people cannot comprehend. Why? Because they are intimidated and they are envious of your success. They are envious of who you are becoming even as a child. So when you're going to middle school, some of my middle schools out there, my elementary school is out there, as you're going right back to school in August or September, wherever you go to school, you have to understand you have to love yourself every single day, and do not follow what people are talking about, because for one, social media is at its prime damn near at this point, because many people are tablet babies, they're internet babies. So because you're on the internet all day does not mean that you're actually smart, because for one, a wise person can play foolish, but a fool cannot play wise. Why? Because a fool will always practice foolishness, because they don't know how wise they are not, and how wise they actually are. But a person who practices being wise through their own wisdom, they are wise enough to know that they are able to play a fool, because they have been foolish before they became wise. So being wise is a practice. Being alone is a practice. So you will never be alone, even if you are lonely, because what is being alone to you? Being in your loneliness of time or space, in your own continuum of ripping yourself from the time space within your ego's mind, because you are outer space of your mind. So you'll never be alone when you're in your mind. So as you're in your room, laying down, looking up at your ceiling, looking at your TV or your phone, understand, put the phone down and realize what you want to do when it comes down to your goals. Because if you attack your goals at a young age, starting from elementary school, middle school, high school, college, even in your 20s, just to talk about people who are around my age or younger than me, you have to attack your goals right now. And yes, there'll be some people who want to say, hey, you want to go to a party, you want to go to a party, you want to go to a football game, a basketball game, you want to go smoke, you want to go rob, you want to go do this, you want to go do that, whatever the case may be, you want to go travel, whatever the case may be. You can say yes, but the thing is though, don't forget in the back of your head, you have to make that book that you talked about. You want to write that book, you want to be an author, you have to go put in work to go make that book come to fruition. You want to be a content creator, you can be a content creator at any given age. You have to go make them goddamn videos. So if you want to be consistent every single day, because that's the thing too, when you're consistent and hard work, it'll become easy later on in life. Once it becomes easy, people will watch you working in your own favor, because you are favorable in their value, because that's how valuable you are. A man with no haters has no value. So meaning that no matter what, when it comes down to working out, if you want to be a fitness influencer, you have to work out every single day, damn near. Now, of course, not every single day, but you have to give yourself a schedule to be working out, to keep yourself up, so you can help somebody become inspirational, do their own inspiration, because you are not an influencer. Because what are you influencing as an influencer? That's why you should not want to be an influencer, because you should not be influencing anybody's mind into your own unconscious manipulation, because you are a manipulating unconsciousness to other people's ego. Because of that, you have to be able to understand that when it comes down to being great, being greater than great, when it comes down to even when you get older, so when you graduate high school or college, you got to understand as well, you should want to leave the nest that your mom or your dad built before you were even born, before they were building up the altar or the house or the temple that you exist in your room, your kitchen, your bathroom, whatever the case may be. As you get older, you should not want to be up under your mom's titty or your dad's arms. You should want to be your own man or your own woman. Why? Because your mom and dad won't be here forever, because they are a temporary experience that you have been experiencing since the day you opened your eyes, and you were looking like when you were in a hospital. So your parents are not your parents, but they are your parents. So honor them to a certain extent, because your parents are demonic programs. What do I mean? I mean is that, for one, your parents can hinder your growth as well when it comes down to your goals. Your parents can shut your goals down, depending on how, if your goals can get you paid more than your parents, some people's parents will hate that, and they will want you to be a worker or a slave for somebody else. Because why? Your great grandma, your great grandpa taught your parents that you have to work for somebody else to sustain a comfortable living. But that's not comfortable living for somebody else's illusion and working for their ego every single day. Imagine you graduate high school or college, and then you go to work for somebody to the day you turn 60 or 70, then you retire, and then you realize that you wasted 70 not even 70, 50 to 40 something years of your life working for somebody else. And now that you have time in retirement, you are your old of age. You can't even do shit you used to do. You can't talk the same way. You probably can't even think the same way. You probably can't even move the same exact way. So you have to be able to attack your life and want better for yourself right now, because you have no excuses. If you have to stay alone to figure out who you are, then do that. But do not do that forever. Why? Because you will kill yourself if you are not with the people who actually love you. Don't forget the people who were with you when you were down in the dumps. Don't forget the people who were with you through your depression, through your sad phase, all the times you talked down on your dreams and your goals and your aspirations. You have to pick yourself up and want your dreams to come into fruition. So what do? Every single day? And it doesn't matter if you're older than me or younger than me, you have to speak life into yourself every single day by saying, I am thankful for these goals I have accomplished. I am accomplishing every single goal. I am grateful. I am accomplished. I am successful. I am handsome. I am beautiful. I am wealthy. When you keep saying I am, when you keep visualizing, when I'm talking about visualizing, meaning that every single day through these lenses right here, through these optical illusions right here, you have to be able to see through your peripheral, see through the front and the back of your envisioning. Because as you are envisioning your world, you have to be able to see what is in your room. So how big do you want your room to be? How big do you want your mom's house to be? What islands are you traveling to? What countries are you traveling to? What meetings are you walking into? How much money are you getting every single day, every single week? You have to be able to speak these things into existence, and don't limit your ego or your ego's dream. You have to be able to be delusional in your dream when you're in solitude, because around people, you can't hear the noise within yourself. You can't find yourself in front of your friend group, because if you're hanging around 10 dummies who smoke and you're the 11th dummy, you're going to smoke with these other 10 dummies till you become aware and say, you know what? We're sitting here smoking all day, accomplishing nothing. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put the blunt down or cigarette down or whatever the case may be. I'm going to put it down. I'm going to get my ass up. I'm going to see y'all boys later, because we ain't doing shit anyway. I'm going to go right outside. I'm going to go into my room. I'm going to make these videos. I'm going to post them on the internet and have no expectations of getting views or likes, because people who are meant to see this message, they will like it or they will view or they will comment on it regardless, because they can resonate with the message through their potential other studious ways that they are learning through a teacher that they are teaching from their own unconscious ways, because I'm teaching you what you already remember, but you have forgotten about that, because you are born with amnesia, because you are not from this plane of existence. You are here for a temporary period of time. Not only that, you are literally God's consciousness walking in a vessel. So you are programmed as a puppet master to a bunch of puppets mastering your consciousness. I love you. Have a great day, God and Goddess.